Hey everyone, my name is Destructions, and today I want to talk about a different topic that has been on my mind recently, and I wanted to upload this particular video on this day, March 16th, because this day in 2020 was the start of the end, the beginning of the end, quarantine and lockdown. And what better way to introduce this topic by lockdown gameplays in the background. Man, I just can't believe Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games in 2011 predicted our lives 9 years in advance. It's a fan favorite map, as we all know, and on these two particular gameplays, I go on a 19 and 17 kill streaks. I'm trying to mix up what I use, so I've been using the AK-47 recently, and it's an interesting gun. It is definitely a gun that I'm still getting used to. So anyway, lockdown is such a fitting name for the years 2020 and 2021, especially last year. And today, March 16th in particular, is the 1-year anniversary of an executive order from my governor of my state. I live in the state of Maryland, which is right outside of Washington, D.C., and Larry Hogan, our governor, on that day, I think it was like 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. or sometime like that, he issued a executive order ordering gyms, restaurants, and bars to close. And some public establishments were already closed before that date, but this really was the first kind of lockdown measure. And we all saw it as the beginning of the end, when COVID-19 wasn't just a virus that's on the other side of the world. It was a virus that really can impact us, that can really harm us. And a couple of days before this executive order, our county, actually my city, had a couple of cases, and there were a couple of deaths from COVID. This was a harrowing moment for a lot of us, and I remember on that day, I realized I needed to get some things in order. I needed to visit some places that I will probably never be able to visit for a long time. And at 5 p.m. that day, gyms, restaurants, and bars closed. And that was the beginning of the end. And it has been a really, really rough year for me. And I'm sure a lot of you as well. For the majority of this year, I was stuck at home, and I realized that I crave face-to-face human interactions, and especially when I try to go to work. It used to be that I go to work 40 hours a week, full-time, and it was a grind, quote-unquote. But now I look forward to working with excitement because it gets me out of the house. It gets me speaking with other people. It gets me really grounded in doing stuff, doing things with my hands, running experiments and whatnot. And for me, it really brought a meaning to the things that I've taken for granted. For example, seeing other people's faces, talking to people, face to face. And sometimes I even wonder, do I have the necessary social skills, the interpersonal skills that I take for granted and I use on a relatively day-to-day basis before quarantine? So it's been hard. And sometime between then and 2 weeks later, our governor decided to shut down the state. And it was in late March of 2020. Everyone donned their masks, and basically my work schedule changed from every day into 2 groups. And the 2 groups were Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I was in the Tuesday and Thursday group. At the same time, one of my colleagues mentioned that he loved Call of Duty, and especially Modern Warfare 2, and I believe this was one of the last conversations we had before we couldn't eat lunch in the same room again. So we hit it off really, really hard after that, and we grew close to each other as a result. And all of a sudden, late March, early April, I found time on my hands. I found time at home, and I decided to dust off my Xbox 360. And first it was single player. I replayed Black Ops 2, Ghosts, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. And then I decided to buy Xbox Live again, because Xbox Live obviously costs money. I wanted to make sure that I was going to take full advantage of Xbox Live. And first it was Black Ops 2 and Ghosts, the 2 Call of Duties that I fully ranked up on, legit. And I played a little bit of Modern Warfare 2, but the lobbies were extremely hard to get into. over the next couple of months, I've always wondered, you know, what was Modern Warfare 3 like? And I joined Modern Warfare 3 in late July of 2020. And since then, I've just met so many wonderful people and so many great communities and networked with so many great YouTubers. And I've gotten a lot better at COD for the last, you know, year or so. So that's the silver lining. I would never have gotten back into Call of Duty multiplayer if it weren't for the lockdown, if it weren't for the quarantine, if it weren't for me staying at home, you know, every other day. You know, after lockdown, I think I will not miss the fear and isolation that lockdown has brought, but I will definitely miss the Call of Duty days that I've really cherished right now. So I guess one of the lessons that I want you to take away from this is to cherish what you have and to be optimistic. And you don't know when the things you take for granted will be taken away from you. And I feel like that is doubly true now as I reflect on each stage of my life. And obviously quarantine is a stage that all of us will share in the future. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this commentary. I hope you learned something useful, and I hope you enjoyed not only, you know, my background gameplay, but also what I have to say. If you did, please don't forget to smash that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Whoa! Don't have it. Yeah.
Enemy care package incoming. Enemy H6 Overwatch incoming. Explosive decoy on the way.
Oh, what the fuck?
Advanced UAV online.
Dang it, holy fucking shit, bro. Package on the way. Friendly Predator missile inbound. Friendly recon drone inbound. Whatever. I think I was on a 4x11, so 14. I don't remember. I don't care.